Hey everybody, it's Felicia Stitzel with Vintage Wine Marketing, and welcome to today's Wine Wednesday. So this was going to be the Wine Wednesday for last week, but full disclosure, my family flew in from Alaska and San Francisco to come visit me in Idaho, and anywhere that I was trying to upload this video, it was really terrible internet connection, and then Facebook was down, and so I just decided to postpone and save it for this week. But I wanted to show you more into the whole bot things, because the more we've been talking about bots, the more people are starting to ask a lot more questions, which is awesome. We're so excited about that. I love it when people are asking questions. And that's really good, because the more you ask questions, the more you understand about things. So I wanted to show you just a couple more things that you could be doing with bots. So I'm going to show you 3 different bots that I have built for different wineries or wine industries, and they all accomplish something different. Their end result for the bots is something totally different from one another, which is why I wanted to use it, because one of the main questions that I have been hearing is that people want to know how this is applicable to their winery. So let's dig in. The first one I'm going to do is for a tour company that travels around to different wineries in the Snake Valley AVA. So that's here in Idaho. And so one thing that we wanted to do was that we wanted to be able to capture the power of bots. And the way that we wanted to do that with this tour company was that since bots are able to capture information, we wanted to be able to do that with the tours, since these tour companies are taking. So since this tour company is already collecting information while their customers are purchasing, I wanted to be able to kind of show the wineries that we're visiting that bots have the ability to actually capture a lot more than just names and email addresses. So I wanted to show you, this is so some bots that I have seen, you can actually have a bot personality. So like this bot, she is establishing herself that she's letting you know she is a bot. Now other bots that I have built, we want them to sound like it is a personal message. Somebody took the time to write out every single word in that message to you personally. But there are times and situations when you can actually have a bot describe themselves as a bot. So here, this is Sherry Chardonnay, you can call her Cece, and she is your wine tour virtual assistant. So then every tour is going to end up being personalized. So this tour, we took them to Sainte-Chapelle, and the tour is designated to last an hour at every winery. So I was like, okay, that's perfect. Just a random number. I put 47 minutes from the time that they get this message, which should be about the time that we get to the winery or just before. And then by the time that they finish up their tasting and are purchasing, they're actually going to be getting this delay, and then they will immediately get the next message. So it's something simple, like the tour driver is going to tell them a lot of this information about Sainte-Chapelle anyways, but it's nice to just give a little bit more of like a formal history instead of a personalized history. So now you're being able to actually cater to both sides of that spectrum while you're still being able to give personal attention to the people who are on the tour. So then it follows up saying, what was your favorite wine at Sainte-Chapelle? And so now the bot is actually capturing, and it will tag it with their favorite wines. The bot is capturing what they're typing in, because now it's fresh in their mind. Because the idea behind this was, how many times have you been given a tasting note sheet and you don't keep it? So unless you're weird like me and you keep like a stack of tasting notes that you keep from all these different wineries that you go to, you don't. And which means that when you go back to the winery or that region and you're like, or you're telling somebody when you get back home, there was this one winery, it was sitting up on a hill, it had this one kind of wine. I'm like, what was that? It was so good. You're not going to remember that. So the easiest way that I thought that we could actually implement the use of technology while also being able to capture information that your customers can go back and retain that information. Because, I mean, really, how many people go through and actually delete messages out of their inbox? Not open them and then it clears the notification, but actually delete your inbox. Not many people, right? I know I rarely do it. Most people I know never do it. So now they're actually able to go back through their Facebook Messenger and scroll back to the Idaho Wine Tours message that they got, and all of a sudden, hey, oh, that was that wine that we liked. Oh, it was that Huckleberry Red or the Soft Red Blend or whatever it is. And so it goes through and does that for every single winery that's on the tour. And this is just something that's, pretty simple, that, it makes it a little bit more personalized. And then at the very end, it actually gives you the ability to ask them to send you a review. So, I mean, this is just the absolute power of being able to use technology like this. So this is a simple bot that you can collect information that has nothing to do with contact information. This is a way that the company can collect on tour information, on the wines that they love, and then these wines can then turn around and be sent back to the winery owners and say, okay, these are, when you put the Sangiovese on sale, this is who you're going to want to send it to, because you already have a warmed up audience for that, and you can do a bunch of pre-sales for it. So that's one of them. Another one is it's a promo. So this one was, you buy 2 bottles of wine, you get the third for $1. And we actually set it up to a Facebook comment. And so you had to type vino or wine or whatever your favorite wine was in the comments, and it would instantly start this messaging sequence. And so what's cool is that you're actually going to see right here is that you can subscribe them to a sequence. So if they don't follow all the way through this entire sequence here, you can actually have certain points that if they don't follow it all the way through, then it actually reminds them after so many days or hours or weeks that this is a promotion that you may or may not want to get back into. So it helps you stay in front of your customers. That way you're always reminded about, who your people are. So another great thing is that I know every business owner, they get really concerned when it comes to promotions, especially online, because you don't want to be having the same person use the exact same promo and be able to get more off of you. Really great for the customer, but not so good for the business. So this is actually a tag that once they go through this sequence and once they start this sequence, if they try going back over and doing it again and being able to capture this same promo, it actually tells them that if they've done it before, this says, sorry, we see that you already have done this. We'll send you the next promotion next month. If they haven't, then they go through the sequence. So here we ask them to choose their best email address. So now they're going to an email address, they get sent into a rewards offer. So now I know who I'm talking to in my audience and how they started opting into this program. Second, it goes into an opt-in reminder email. So if they haven't used this promotion in 2 weeks, it sends them an email and a message reminder on Facebook. So now you're being able to touch them twice. So once they do that, So once they give us their email address, we actually give them what the offer is, which is the buy 2 bottles of wine, get the third for $1. So then it says click redeem now. Now we had it timed out so that way this promotion required the customer to go to the tasting room. That was the entire goal. So we were actually being able to use this exact program to use social media and then pair it back over to driving traffic to the tasting room. So now you're being able to interact with your customers both online and in person. So it says, all right, redeem now. It says once you redeem it, you have to be in the tasting room. So it says once that they've redeemed the offer, once again, it puts another tag on it, make sure that they haven't done it before, and then it gives them the option, says yes, if they have already redeemed the offer, it says sorry, you can't redeem this offer, you've already done it. So once again, it's just protecting the winery. Next is, are you sure you want to redeem this offer? It must be done at the cashier at the time of payment. This cannot be undone. So we're just warning them, saying you have to be in the tasting room in order to do this. Next, it takes them to, okay, so now they're in front of the cashier. They're checking out. They've got their bottles of wine. Everybody's excited because you get wine. And then it actually tells us, we ask them to tell us what their purchase amount was to the nearest dollar. So then they type it in there. We add another tag to them. And it says, thank you, stay tuned for more rewards. Well, all of this huge sequence right here. And the reason why I'm showing this is because the ability to capture, retain, and gather information is just amazing. So there's this huge amount of information. Well, I've been asked, where does that go? Like, where is all of my information that is being collected to these bots? Where is it going? Well, using a special program called Zapier, this is just a little demonstration of what you can see, the Zapier. So in order for this to happen, this beautiful spreadsheet right here, it actually has to go through a series of different automations. So it goes from ManyChat, or goes from Facebook to ManyChat, ManyChat to Zapier, Zapier into Drip simultaneously. And all of these things are all happening within the blink of an eye. So this is kind of a crazy on the back end setup, but once it's actually working and you can see how good it's working, it's amazing. So then we can actually see there's all these people who opted in. We've got names and email addresses. We can see how much they purchase and when they purchase, and there's the exact date of redeem and time. So now you're not guessing to see how much in return you're getting for your promotions. You know exactly, because you can see the numbers showing up in this spreadsheet. So that's just one option that has to do with promotions. The last one I wanted to show you is how easy it is to do a I wanted to show you how easy it is to be able to set up a wine club membership referral program and be able to use a bot and then pair that bot once again with having a human interaction follow-up. So of course we all know, going into wineries, we're going to get one of these where it has information where we can fill out about the wine club. Well, what if there was a way that you could use your current wine club's memberships, do a referral program, and then be able to use that referral program, collect information on a bot to save you time and labor hours, and then have one person dedicated to follow up with all that. So this is super cool. I'm really excited about this one because it's very interesting. So we asked them if they want to be part of the membership. It's like, okay, we need a few pieces of information in order to move forward. If they're not interested, then they have the option of opting out. So from here, it's like, okay, great. Can we get an email address from you? We need a good phone number because we need to be able to call them to follow up to close the deal, because nobody wants to give their credit card information over a bot, which is through Facebook. It's going to scare people off right away. So we don't want to do that. We need their phone number and email address so we can follow up with them. Once again, this is going to go to a Google spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet. So now we have the tag, it inserts a row. We actually were able to get their entire piece of information right here. And then that actually sends a sequence over to the whoever the admin is on the Facebook. They get an email address, a text message, and an message on Facebook, either one of the three or all three, saying that there is a new wine club member, that they need to follow up with them. This is the day and time that they opted into the program, and you have less than 24 hours to follow up with them. So now you're actually given like a time window. So I said there are tons of things that you can do with bots, and how this is applicable into the wine industry, and all the different things that you can do with it. So like I said, and I've said this a few times, that the limitation to what you can do with bots, especially in the wine industry, is only limited on your imagination. So if you have any more questions, click the link below, send me an email. If you want to go through a bot sequence for yourself so you can actually have a consumer relative experience, that way you know what your consumers are going to go through, send me a message and I will send you a URL link to get you through a bot sequence so you can get an experience for yourself. Thanks for joining me, and I will catch you guys all next week. I'll see ya.